C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. Oh, cookie, cookie, cookie starts with C. Hey all you cookie people out there, my name is Cookies2, and welcome back to another episode of The Homework Zone. This is of course the series that you put on in the background, and the soothing sounds of my voice will help you do your work more effectively and more efficiently. Before I start today's video, I need to talk about where the Homework Zone came from. So if you've ever watched The Lunch Zone, that's where I got the name Homework Zone from. The Lunch Zone is of course run by Michael and Daniel, two guys that I've known for a long time, and actually today's story has to do a little bit about them. So in 8th grade, Michael, Daniel, and a couple more of my friends like Ryan and Kyle, we all went to a band trip in 8th grade up to Washington, D.C. Now, this trip had a ton of just mishaps and random things that happened all the time, but I'm going to focus specifically on what happened literally the first night that we were there, the first night that we got up to the hotel. So we had used a coach bus, and I don't remember how long it took, but it was supposed to take something like 6 or 8 hours to get up to DC. Well, we hit traffic on the way there, and so the bus was driving like all night, and I think we were supposed to get to our hotel at 10, but we ended up getting there at 2 a.m. So what happened was that while we were on the bus, well, first of all, the bus ride didn't start off well. When we got hit by traffic, our band director decided to put on Kung Fu Panda as a movie to watch around 10 o'clock. So we started watching that, and we were enjoying the movie, but it was getting kind of late, and we were all getting pretty tired. And as the movie played, we all started getting sleepy, and so I think when the movie ended, I went to sleep. I slept on the bus. Well, what happened was that everybody else on the bus had basically started falling asleep by the end of the movie as well, including our band director. So literally as we slept, I remember going to sleep and then waking up at 2 a.m. freezing, nearly like freezing to death because I was wearing shorts, and we were up in DC in the fall, and it was so cold because it was 2 a.m. Everyone else had felt the same way, and because our band director had fallen asleep, Kung Fu Panda had looped. I don't know, I think it was at least 2 times the entire movie had looped, but we were all too sleepy to get up and to stop the movie. So that didn't start off too well. It was a pretty funny night already. So when we got off the bus at 2 a.m. to our hotel, the first thing I did was I helped open up the trunks at the bottom of the bus on the outside, the little carrying cases where you put your luggage. And the minute I opened it, I hit my face on the door, so that wasn't good. Well, I got my stuff, and I went with Ryan and Kyle, and we went up to our hotel room, and we got all our stuff in order. And well, basically because it was so late, everyone just wanted to go to sleep, but we had already been woken up, so we decided to go down in the lobby, and what our director had done is he had set up a little bit of like a resting space where we could just like get water, get snacks, and talk, and so all the chaperones and the band directors were standing there. Well, I was kind of tired, so I wanted to go to bed, but when I went up to my room, I found that Ryan and Kyle had stolen the shower from me. And so I was just sitting there for 10 or 20 minutes, and I was just waiting for these guys to finish taking the shower. And when Kyle finished, I tried to rush into the bathroom, but Ryan pushed me into a wall, and he ran into the shower himself, so that was great. And then right as he finished his shower and was about to leave, I was waiting at the door to get in, and then he's like, "Oh, no, sorry, Alan, I have to take a dump now." So he closes the door on me, and then he proceeds to take his dump. Now Kyle and I are just waiting there, and I hear Ryan just yell out, "Guys, I think I clogged the toilet." Now, I had to take a big ass dump. Like, I really had to go. I hadn't gone for, I think, at least a day or two before that, so I just despaired at it, and I didn't have the energy to go downstairs to the lobby to use one of their restrooms. So I just decided to wait, and I was very frustrated still. Um, but a few minutes later, Ryan came out of the bathroom and he said, "Oh no, no, the toilet's fine, just false alarm." So the toilet was fine. I went in there, and they hadn't even turned on the fan when they took showers. So the entire, like, literally, I opened the door and a huge just puff of steam just rolled out. So that wasn't a good sign, first of all. And when I opened up the toilet, like, it looked fine, right? Like, it didn't look like it was clogged. It looked like just like a normal toilet. So I sat down, and I mean, it was just one of those times where, you take a dump, and it's just like it's the most satisfying thing you can feel in the world. You just let go of everything, and it was amazing. Um, and so I go to flush the toilet, and as I flush it, I realized that the toilet was in fact clogged. And when Ryan had told me it was fixed, it was a lie. He had clogged the toilet, and now I had to deal with the mess. So everything actually flushed down, but the toilet was broken. It wasn't working anymore, and um, at the time it seemed like it was gonna overflow. So I started panicking, and I went on a journey downstairs with Ryan to try and find the chaperone. And keep in mind it was eighth grade, so I I was pretty awkward. Um, I didn't like to talk to people, so going up to a chaperone to tell her that I had just clogged a toilet with Ryan and that we would need a plumber, like, that was probably the most embarrassing and just awkward thing I've ever had to do in my life up until that point. So understandably, I was nervous. I was sweating to death. But finally, we work up the courage to go down there and tell our chaperone that yes, we had clogged this toilet, and she says, "Okay." She looked at us as first, and she's just like, "Okay, guys," and she calls up the plumber. But when I go and I just sort of sit down in that lobby for a while, and I just sort of despair at how embarrassing this is. But finally, after about 30 minutes, I work up the courage to go back up to the room. And as I go in there, a bunch of my friends like Daniel and Michael and Ryan and Kyle are sitting on the bed or in the room, and they're just talking. And then when I come in, they tell me, they say, Alan, the toilet, the plumber was trying to unclog the toilet, but then the toilet exploded, and all your crap went up into the ceiling, and of course, me being Alan, I freaked out. And literally, I started panicking, and I go, "Oh, guys, look what you did!" And I didn't understand why they were laughing at the situation. I was angry. I was like, "How could you guys be laughing at this situation? We've clogged this toilet, and now we've made this plumber's life so difficult, and now we have to make the hotel give us a new room. Like, that's not something to laugh about." So they're like, Alan, check for yourself in the bathroom." And then Kyle starts singing Chocolate Rain, and I can't figure out why. And I go into the bathroom, and nothing looks wrong. And I come back out, and I'm like, "Guys, there's nothing wrong with the bathroom." And then Ryan tells me, "Alan, did you look at the ceiling?" And then I panic, and I go back into the bathroom, and I'm like, "There's nothing there." And I'm like, they're like, "Oh yeah, the plumber must have cleaned it all up." And so I'm still mad at this point. I still think that the toilet had actually exploded and all our crap had gone into the ceiling and made a mess. So I started just going to my backpack and packing all my stuff up, and I'm nearly in tears at this point. And I'm putting back my phone into my bag, my Nintendo DS. I'm putting back the plastic planes that I had bought with my friends at the Air and Space Museum. I'm packing all my stuff up, nearly in tears. And then they finally tell me, they're like, "Alan, you just got pranked." And yeah, I didn't like the trip after that. I brushed my teeth, and then I wanted to go to bed. So um yeah, I got pranked pretty good that day. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. So I'll see you guys next time. Cookie out.